There is a moment every cat parent knows by heart. You settle into your chair at the end of a long day, and before the cushion has even finished sinking, there they are, up on your lap, turning that little circle, and then it begins. Push, release, push, release. Those soft paws working against your sweater like they are kneading invisible bread dough, eyes half closed, maybe a purr rumbling underneath it all. We even have sweet names for it. Making biscuits, kneading dough, happy paws. And for most cats, most of the time, that is exactly what it looks like. Pure contentment, one of the most loving things a cat can do with you. But what if I told you that for some cats, that same adorable kneading is not affection at all? That there is a specific way of kneading, a pattern most owners never learn to spot. That is actually your cat asking you for help in the only language they have? By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to tell the difference between the kneading that means I love you, I am home, I am safe, and the kneading that means something is wrong with me, please notice. Because here's the hard truth about cats. They cannot tell you when something hurts, and they are masters at hiding it when it does. Sometimes the only clue you will ever get is hidden inside a behavior that looks completely, perfectly normal. Hi everyone, I am Dr. Sarah Lane, and welcome back. If you are new here, this channel exists for one reason, to help you understand what your cat is really telling you, so that nothing important ever slips past you. Tonight, we are doing a little masterclass on one of the oldest, sweetest, most misunderstood behaviors in the feline world. So pour yourself a cup of tea, invite your cat up onto the couch if they are willing, and let us decode this together. Because by the end, you will never look at those little biscuit-making paws quite the same way again. Let us start at the very beginning, because to understand when kneading goes wrong, you first have to understand why cats knead at all. Kneading is one of the very first movements your cat ever made. Within hours of being born, long before their eyes opened, your cat was pressing those tiny paws against their mother's belly. Push, release, because that rhythmic pressure is what stimulates the flow of milk. Kneading is quite literally the movement of comfort, of warmth, of a full belly, and a mother's heartbeat. It is wired into your cat, deeper than almost anything else they do. And when your adult cat climbs onto your lap and starts working those paws, a part of their brain is going right back to that first, safest place they ever knew. That is why it is such a compliment. Your cat is telling you with their whole body that you are their safe place now. There is more to it too. Your cat has scent glands tucked between the pads of their paws, so every push presses a little of their own scent into your blanket, your sweater, you. They are marking you as family. Some cats need to soften a sleeping spot, the way their wild ancestors trampled down grass, and many cats need simply to soothe themselves, the way some of us hum an old song without noticing. Gentle, rhythmic, slow blinking, purring, drifting off to sleep kneading. That is a healthy cat doing one of the healthiest things a cat can do. If that is your cat, you can relax. That is love, plain and simple. And I want you to notice something else about the healthy version, because these details matter later. A content kneader has what I call a soft landing. The session has a shape to it. It starts when they settle in, it rises gently, and then it fades as they get drowsy until the paws slow down and finally rest. The claws may come out a little. That is normal. Kneading is a whole paw movement, but the pressure stays affectionate rather than punishing. Many cats will drool a tiny bit, purr like a small engine, maybe gaze up at you with those slow, heavy blinks, which in cat language is very close to a kiss. Some cats knead every single day of their lives, some almost never do, and both are perfectly fine. Certain cats are simply bigger biscuit makers than others, cats who were bottle raised, very affectionate lap cats, and some of the more people-oriented personalities seem to do it more. The point is this. For a healthy cat, kneading is a choice that ends on its own, in sleep or in a contented stretch. Keep that picture in your mind, the soft landing, because everything I am about to show you is what it looks like when the landing disappears. But now we come to the reason I sat down to make this video, because there is another kind of kneading, and on the surface, it can look almost the same. The difference is not the kneading itself. The difference is the intensity and the inability to stop. I want you to picture the healthy version one more time. Loose body, half-closed eyes, a soft, steady rhythm that winds down naturally as your cat melts into sleep. Now, let me show you the other version, the one I need you to recognize. The body is tense instead of loose. The rhythm is faster, harder. Owners often tell me, it actually hurts now. The claws dig in like she means it. The eyes are not soft and half-closed. They are wide or strangely distant, almost zoned out, as if your cat is not fully in the room with you. And here is the biggest red flag of all. The kneading does not wind down. It goes on, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes longer, and if you gently move your cat away, they come right back and start again. Or they move to a blanket, a pillow, a pile of laundry, and keep going there, sometimes adding something new, sucking or chewing on the fabric while they knead, wool, fleece, your favorite cardigan, working at it with a desperation that has nothing peaceful in it. When kneading looks like that, frantic, driven, unstoppable, your cat is no longer making biscuits. Your cat is self-soothing the way a deeply anxious person paces the floor at 3 in the morning. The behavior that once meant comfort has been hijacked to manage distress, and that distress always has a source. So let us talk about what those sources can be, because this is where you stop being a spectator and become your cat's advocate. I am going to give you the 3 big ones, from the most common to the most overlooked, and I want you to hold your own cat up against each one as we go. The first and most common one is anxiety. Cats are creatures of profound routine, and things we barely register can shake their whole world. A move, a new baby, a new pet, construction noise next door, even furniture rearranged, or your own schedule changing. A cat who suddenly needs harder, longer, and more often, especially on your body, may be clinging to the one source of safety they trust, you. The kneading releases little bursts of calming chemicals in their brain, endorphins, the body's own comfort medicine. It works a little for a while. But here is the trap, and it is the same trap that catches people. A coping mechanism that works becomes a habit, and a habit under enough pressure becomes a compulsion. The behavior stops being a response to stress and becomes a loop. The brain runs on its own, whether the original stress is present or not. That is when you see a cat kneading the same cushion for 20 minutes with that faraway look, or returning to it the moment you interrupt as if pulled by a string. And compulsive kneading rarely travels alone. Watch for its companions, over-grooming that same spot licking we talked about in a previous episode, pacing, excessive meowing at nothing, or hiding more than usual. In its most serious form, compulsive kneading and fabric sucking can escalate until cats wear their own paw pads pink and raw, or actually swallow pieces of blanket and wool, and swallowed fabric can become a life-threatening intestinal blockage that ends in emergency surgery. I do not tell you that to frighten you. I tell you because "it's just a cute habit" is exactly the sentence that lets a small problem grow in the dark. The second source is a story that started long before you ever met your cat. Kittens taken from their mothers too early, before 8, ideally 12 weeks, often carry that interruption for life. That desperate suckling kneading on soft fabric, especially in cats who were bottle-fed or found as orphans, is an old wound showing itself. It is not your fault, and it is not their fault, but it does need managing rather than ignoring. And the third source is the one almost nobody thinks of, and it is the one I most need my senior cat parents to hear. In an older cat, I am talking roughly 11 years and up, a change in kneading can be one of the earliest visible signs of cognitive decline, what you might think of as the feline cousin of dementia. If your senior cat has started kneading more intensely, and it comes packaged with other little changes, yowling at night in an empty hallway, staring at walls, getting lost in rooms they have lived in for years, eating noticeably more or less, losing weight even though the food bowl empties, that kneading is not a quirk. That is a pattern, and patterns like that deserve a veterinarian's eyes. And to put a number on why I bring this up, studies of senior cats suggest that by the time a cat is past 15, more than half will show at least one sign of age-related cognitive change. More than half. It is that common, and it is that commonly missed, because every single sign gets waved away as, "he's just getting old." Your cat cannot tell you their memory is getting foggy, but their paws might. There are also straightforward medical troublemakers that can dial up anxious kneading in any cat, at any age, and I want them on your radar. The big one in older cats is an overactive thyroid, hyperthyroidism, which classically makes a senior cat ravenous, restless, vocal, and thin all at the same time. A revved up thyroid is like a motor stuck in high gear, and a body stuck in high gear soothes itself however it can. Chronic pain is another quiet driver, especially arthritis, which affects far more older cats than most families realize because cats do not limp dramatically the way dogs do. They just get slower, groom less, and self-soothe more. Even urinary discomfort or digestive upset can show up as restless, driven kneading before it shows up as anything else. The thread running through all of it is simple. A cat in quiet trouble very often becomes a cat who cannot stop soothing themselves. The kneading is not the problem. The kneading is the smoke. Your job and your vet's job is to find out whether there is a fire. Now, before we get to what you should do, let me give you tonight's vet warning moment, the small print that protects your sweet cat. First, never ever punish kneading. Do not squirt water, do not shout, do not shove your cat off your lap in frustration. Every one of those responses adds fear to an animal that is already telling you they feel unsafe. You would be punishing them for asking for help. And second, something wonderfully practical. If you use any medicated cream on your own skin, hormone creams, steroid creams, psoriasis, or pain relief gels, please keep your cat's paws and mouth away from those areas and wash your hands before a cuddle session. Cats groom their paws after kneading you, and what is medicine on your skin can be poison on their tongue. Cats are far more sensitive to these products than dogs are, and a little goes a dangerously long way in a small body. So here is your plan. Simple, gentle, and it starts tonight. Step 1. Become an observer. For the next week, when your cat needs, just watch with new eyes. Soft body or tense? Winding down or ramping up? Can they be gently interrupted, or do they snap right back like a rubber band? Where does it happen, and what happened in the house just before? If you jot it in your phone, you will be amazed what pattern appears by day 7. Step 2. If you are seeing the anxious version, do not take the kneading away. Give it a better home. Offer a dedicated soft blanket, their own kneading blanket, and make it the one that smells like you. When the frantic kneading starts on your lap, calmly move them onto that blanket and stay close. One hand resting on their side, slow strokes. You are saying, the comfort stays, the spiral stops. Step 3. Shore up the routine underneath them. Feed at the same times every day. Add a tall perch or a covered hideaway in a quiet corner. 10 minutes of play in the morning and evening. A wand toy. Let them hunt. Let them win. A cat with confidence and a predictable world needs far less emergency self-soothing. Step 4. Know your line in the sand. If the kneading comes with fabric sucking or chewing, if paw pads look pink or raw, if your senior cat is kneading more while also losing weight, drinking more, yowling at night, or seeming confused, that is not a wait and see. That is a phone call to your veterinarian this week. Ask them to check the thyroid and to talk honestly about pain and cognitive health. None of those things are a death sentence. Every one of them does better the earlier it is found. That is the whole secret, my friends. Caught early, almost everything on tonight's list can be treated, managed, or soothed. And the cats who get caught early are the cats whose humans knew what normal looked like and noticed the day it changed. And truly, that is the heart of all of this. Your cat has been speaking to you their entire life, through their paws, their eyes, their little rituals on your lap. Tonight, you learned a few more words of their language, and that makes you exactly the kind of cat parent I make these videos for. Let me help you take it one step further. I have put together a free companion guide for this episode, a one-page biscuit check chart to tell loving kneading from distress kneading at a glance, the senior cat early warning checklist, and the exact when to call the vet red flags we covered tonight, all printable. The link is in the description and pinned in the top comment. It costs you nothing, and it is yours. While you are down there, leave me a comment and tell me, is your cat a biscuit maker? On your lap, on a blanket, or on that one sweater they have claimed forever? I read every single one, and your stories help other cat parents more than you know. And if this video helped you see those little working paws a bit more clearly tonight, please subscribe, because I make these videos for cat parents who refuse to leave their animal's health to guesswork. Give your beautiful cat a slow blink and a soft scratch under the chin from Dr. Sarah Lane. Trust what you notice, and I will see you in the very next video.